Hey, mine, say mine, bro. We got this mine, Poetic Flacco. Talking about some women want Cameron podcast canceled for saying this about Cassie. Ain't Cassie Diddy ex-wife or something, man? I think so, man. Everything in this videos for educational purpose only. Like, comment, subscribe. We finna hit 5,000 subs. Hey, come on, really go and watch this jump together.
Getting a lot of backlash for an interview he did with a man that Diddy paid to be involved in a rendezvous with him and Cassie.
I seen also in the transcripts that you would say that it was just a scene in the beginning. Nothing, no intercourse. How long until you had actual intercourse? What was happening in the first few sessions when it wasn't any intercourse?
Nah, it was only the first session where it wasn't intercourse.
Okay, so 10 times, one time it was only not intercourse the first time.
The first time. And it was offered, yo, but I was so bugged out. Like this wasn't my hustle, right? So right. I'm really in there thinking this is a married couple and they want to do some voyeur scene. Mm-hmm. So we did the set up on the couches, the baby oil rub down or whatever. And then
the baby oil rub down.
At some point, Puff jumped up. I didn't know it was him. He left the room. She left the room to talk to him. And she came back like, yo, that was perfect. We happy. We good. Mm-hmm. And then she said to me, yo, do you want to finish? Meaning, I guess, do I want to bust a nut? You know what I'm saying? Right.
So he pimping out Cassie allegedly?
In my first example, I'm trying to be professional. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, if y'all good, I'm good. This ain't about me. And I just left, but she did say, all right, well, when we get back in town, we want to hit you again. Is it okay? I'm like, yeah, I just got $2K to rub down like a super bad chick. So of course I'm down if you want to hit me back. But it was offered to me the first time, and I actually turned it down, trying to be on some professional.
So what about any other times? Like, did you take it?
Right. Was baby oil mandatory?
Bruh, oh my God. Why we keep getting ads, gang?
Mandatory,
Yeah, he got a baby oil. That shit's mandatory.
I don't know what people were expecting exactly from Cameron. Were they expecting a Barbara Walters-esque interview where essentially Cassie is being exalted up as the victim and they're having sympathy and a prayer for Cassie after 30 seconds of talking about what she endured? Yo, Cameron makes content for the average street dude, bro. Cameron says and think like the average street dude, bro. So Cameron is going to ask the questions that the barbershop is wondering. And almost immediately, bro, Cameron got to the nonsense, bro.
Do you consider Puff a cuckold?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time, that's what I thought it was.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It's because you keep using the word voyeur. This is cuckold activity.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, we're going to step it up to cuckold.
Yeah. So I'm saying voyeur because that's what she said to me.
Right.
When I came in.
You know why? Because they down. You know why? Because voyeur don't seem as bad as cuckold. So they downplay it with the I'm just a voyeur. Nah, you was an official cuckold, nigga. Because voyeur can mean you watching anybody, not your girl. Cuckold is when your girl is in play. You know what I'm saying? So
this is not something you would hear on Piers Morgan, but Cameron is correct. I do believe that Diddy and Cassie was trying to mask up what it really was. Diddy coming from the urban environment, Diddy being a mogul in hip-hop, Diddy having to run around hip-hop with acting super masculine, both parents coming from the hood, both parents was really treacherous. Diddy being around gangsters his entire life, he probably didn't want to come to the realization that he's the poster child for that. Because when it comes to cuckold, a lot of people assign those attributes to white men. Very seldom do you see somebody like Diddy, somebody like him being that. Now, I don't
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be seeing the gang. I be seeing plenty. It ain't just white people.
I don't know if it's Diddy just smashed 1,000 women and automatically began to, crave certain things, or if he was just born. Cameron then proceeded to ask the Punisher a question that I believe a lot of his demographic wanted to know. Not me, not Flacco, because when I think about somebody like Cassie, well, one, I don't really find Cassie that attractive, to be honest. But when I think about what essentially she was saying she had to endure, or the accusation she's making about it not being all the way consensual, I'm not even going towards anything for self-gratification, right? Because when I hear about Cassie talk about her experiences, talk about how, she did not want to do this consensually, I'm not thinking about the sexual part of things, bro. I'm thinking about the abuse. But Cameron asked a question that made people think he didn't care about Cassie's experience.
Yeah. How was that pussy though?
What?
I mean, bro, even if it was fire,
Bro, was the pussy good for your family? Let's stop with political shit. We was Harlem time, man. You 39th Street and 40th. Was the pussy? How was that pussy, man?
bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't get there, bro.
Okay.
Like I got a dude pacing back and forth, beating his joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My peripherals, my spider senses is wilding. You know what I'm saying? And especially when I found out it was Puff. When I found out it was Puff, it got all the way worse because if you grew up in Harlem, if you grew up in that era, I can't validate it, but everybody knows there's rumors, right? There's rumors that he could be, you know, interested in dudes. So the whole time I'm semi-paranoid. Like I wrote in my book, bro, for real. I got a hearing problem.
Right.
And sometimes when he would give her directions, I would hear like something completely different. Like,
I'm not gonna say Cameron asking how good a victim's coochie is appropriate because it's not really appropriate in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's not.
But you gotta know your audience, bro. Cameron audience thinks that's the most insightful, that's the most hilarious, that's the most important question during this entire interview. That's truly what they think. So should Cameron, I guess, cater to the masses or cater to his audience? Cater to your audience, right? As long as you're not doing nothing illegal, I guess, or if you're not advocating for anybody being harmed, then, you know, I don't feel like you are doing anything that's too crazy that we need to cancel you for. But women clearly do. Now, before we get back to the interview and hear this particular dude talk about how he was paranoid, all right, that booty chaser Diddy would have gotten him mid, you know, like mid freak off.
Me and freak off. Me and freak off. Bro, shit up, Flocko.
Of these ladies going off on Cameron. A user by the name of I'm Ginger with AJ wrote, degrading a woman who was tortured for years, shaking my effing head. Also, Tokyo says, and y'all still not gonna cancel him. Yo,
oh my God, bro. It's more things y'all need to be worried about. Y'all worried about somebody doing an interview, gang? Chill.
There is a section of people, and I do know, like, some of Cameron's audience don't believe that Cassie was the perfect victim, but there are people who believe, yo, that Cassie is a victim, and she was tortured, and she underwent, like, anguish. So to kind of sexualize her or objectify her in that manner is pissing off a lot of people, bro. Right? Do I feel like Cameron is going to get canceled? No. Because you can't cancel somebody that you don't support, right? You're not Cameron's audience, so hence you can't cancel Cameron. A user by the name of Trey E. Trey says, such a turnoff, so childish. When does growing up and maturity happen? Weirdo behavior. I do think Cameron is probably going to ostracize a lot of his female fan base over this. A lawyer who actually is representing a few Diddy.
Y'all want me to buy the trademark for his show and send him a cease and desist? Like, bro, that's just next level hating. Like, why the fuck be wanting to hate so bad? It's more things to be worried about than just hating on this man just for doing a podcast.
Victims, she claims that she has.
You act like he just telling folks to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Or yo, try it. You know what I'm saying? Or do, bro. He not advocating that, trying to make nobody do it. He not trying to go tell none of y'all to go do that. He just wanted, you know what I'm saying, get the answers, man. That's all he here for.
Access, or she has a video of one of the freak-offs involving like a very important pop star. I don't know. People were claiming that Ariel has the Justin Bieber freak-off tape, but who knows? We haven't heard much about it. And she was representing a woman who was suing Chris Brown, who lied on Chris Brown because Chris Brown showed receipts that this lady was lying. And then Ariel dropped her once it became pretty evident that she can't profit from this lady lying on Chris Brown. So Ariel has always been somebody who a lot of people have looked at with like a side eye. She claims that she wants to buy the trademark for Cameron's show and send him a cease and desist. If you think that Cameron don't got a trademark for his show, you're out of your mind, bro. It's wishful thinking, but I guess now they're waging war on like Cameron and his show. Lady Run Your Bucks stated, cancel the show. Where is cancel culture when it comes to protecting women?
Bro, chill out, bro.
I don't see how Cameron was attacking Cassie. I don't see how.
He didn't even say nothing bad about it. He just said, was it good? They was out there doing the stuff. You can't ask a question. He over here telling me about what's going on. I got an audience. They full of YNs. They want to know. Like, bro, what?
How Cameron was bringing harm to Cassie. Enlightened sister says Cam has a daughter. I wonder how he feel if it was his daughter who was violated and some celeb was cracking jokes. This was so whack and corny. I don't feel like Cameron was joking. I feel like Cameron really wanted to know the answer to this, right? And you see other people here who are extremely upset. I don't think Cameron was joking. I don't feel like Cameron was trying to degrade Cassie or humiliate Cassie. I feel like people in Cameron's demographic has always had a thing for Cassie because Cassie was the it girl for a while. And people have always fantasized or wonder what Cassie would feel like. So people like Cameron or people with, a similar mindset, his audience, his demographic, they wanted to know the answer to that question. I'm a little younger, so I didn't really experience the era where Cassie was like the young Miami, where Cassie was like, I don't know, like the Jada Waiter and the Ari. I never got to experience that, so I never fantasized about Cassie.
Right.
By the time I got older, Cassie really wasn't hot to me. But yeah, Cameron's demographic grew up fantasizing about Cassie, and they wanted to know. Now, this is some form of voyeurism, so maybe, I don't know, they could probably be accused of being cucks themselves, right? I feel like the funniest part about this interview, though, is Punisher essentially expressing how worried he was for his booty because Diddy was asking weird questions and doing weird things.
Like,
no.
he'll say, yo, I like the position you in, and I'm like, yeah.
What? Oh no, gang. What you just say?
Like he'll say, yo, I like the position you in, and I'm like,
Diddy, get away.
yo, did he just say I
Get away, Diddy, get away.
You know what I'm saying?
Diddy trying to get them. Diddy trying to get them, boy. Ooh, he trying to get you.
Like, I'm hearing, like, yo, hold on, wait, what did you just say?
Yeah.
So basically, you never could get comfortable because. So let's just be clear and get the elephant out the room for the audience. You're not gay? You're saying?
Absolutely not.
Right. So I was reading that in the beginning, you didn't even know what was going on, or that it was even Puff was participating. Could you explain your first time going to one of these events?
Any man who is in that position with Diddy and you don't have those concerns and you not clenching your booty hole a little bit more tighter so Diddy don't get no wiggle room.
No wiggle room.
Not moving like that. If you don't have those concerns, if you're not paranoid about Diddy taking your booty, then I'm looking at you as if you roll that way too. I'm looking at you as if you flexible too.
Flexible. Ooh, he loose.
Doing tricks on it too. Because why would you become
doing tricks on it?
Being, like that exposed in a room with Diddy, the diddler. Wow.
Diddy.
But y'all let me know, man. Do y'all believe that this will affect Cameron's career at all? Do y'all feel like the podcast is in trouble because women are now upset at Cameron for asking these questions?
Women don't watch the podcast, so no, it's not gonna affect it. If anything, it's just gonna bring up more because it's like a hate factor. You know what I'm saying? On the internet, when you got hate and you got love, it's like a battle. And you keep going up. Like, bruh, it's literally just gonna make him go up, gang.
Do y'all believe that Cameron was out of pocket for asking these questions? I personally wouldn't ask these questions because I don't feel like my demographic will really care about knowing how good Cassie Coochie is, right? But if Cameron believes his demographic would like it, then he has to ask the hard questions and probably take the brunt for it. Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen.
No, thank you. No, thank you, man.